Man, take a picture, it lasts longer. Hey man, I don't know you. What you looking at? What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited that you're with me, but I want to know, did you bring 3 people? Did you give this to 3 people? Shoot, did you bring 3 people with you? Did you bring anybody with you? Did you put the big fella to work? All right. Now we know here at A Moment of Clarity, this is the place where we help overthinkers and perfectionists take the next step in the direction of their goals, ending the cycle of self-doubt and frustration with clarity and confidence. All right. So let's jump into this thing, right? I got something that I want us to kind of go through that maybe some of us can connect on. And I want us to go through, and again, I tell you all the time, I grew up in Detroit. Detroit is very similar to a lot of urban places, hood spots, where there's a couple things that you just know you don't do. If you ain't looking to get no scrap, you don't start staring people down like they crazy. You just don't. Because if you get to staring people down like they crazy, guess what's going to happen? In most cases, it's going to be a fight. Or they're going to look you up and down like they want to do something to you. And now you in something that you didn't necessarily come into, right? Because the more you stare, hey man, take a picture, it lasts longer. Hey man, I don't know you. What you looking at? Like all those things start happening, and the longer you stare, the more contentious it becomes. The longer you stare, the tougher people are trying to be, because I got to make sure you think I ain't no chump. I mean, that's where it is. If you out west, what up, cuz? Who you looking at, cuz? Do I know you, cuz? Yep, that's West Coast, right? Some other stuff, I keep the language clean. But I want to talk about that urban, I call it the urban stare, right? Those of us who came from those spaces, Philly, Chicago, Detroit, LA, it's all the same. Don't look too hard, because you might fool around and get a problem that you're not looking for. Why do I talk about that? Because the principle in that is what you focus on gets stronger. Yeah, what you focus on gets stronger. And guess what? If you aren't focused on the right thing, the wrong thing is going to get strong. Let's go back to that scenario I just gave. If we going down from where I'm from and you looking too hard and you don't fool around and break that glance or that stare, all of a sudden you in a fight. Oh no, you in a fight. And it ain't going to just be with these. It might be with them. So you got to pay attention to what you're focusing on, because what's keeping some people from moving in the right direction, that has them inside their heads where they're second guessing, overthinking, trying to, dumb down their dreams and their goals to be okay where they are, to be comfortable. All that stuff is happening because you're focused on the wrong thing. And when you're focused on the wrong thing, it gets stronger. What you focus on gets stronger. So I got 3 things I think that can help us bring us back into focus. Bring us right to the space of, what started this out? Why am I here? Where do I see myself, right? All those things to give us a way to kind of recalibrate and get ourselves back on the right path, all right? And the right path here is just really your right thinking. Let's bring our focus back in. 3 things that I believe helps us bring our focus back in. 1, you got to remember why you started out on the journey. Remember, what was your why? What was your why? Was it, hey, I want to be able to lose weight so I can be healthier, get into this dress, get into these pants, get into that suit? Was it, hey, I started doing this because I want to put this down payment on this house, or I wanted to buy this car or take this vacation or do this for my kids? What is the why? Because the why you got started has a tendency to get lost as we move forward. What's the why? All right. What is the why? We have to reacquaint ourselves with what got us from our comfortable space and moved us into uncomfortability. And a lot of times when we're moving into that uncomfortability, we forget why we started. What got us out that warm, cozy bed? What got us out of that apathy space? What was it? Whatever it was, you need to go back and revisit that. You need to go back and look at that and all the details on what you believed it would be, which leads me to number 2. Remember how the story ends with you being victorious. Let me say that again. Number 2 is you have to remember how the story ends with you being victorious. Why is that important? That is so important because the details of how you would feel and what you would have and who you became, all of those details are part of the fuel to the fire of the reason we got started. It's the thing that our mind says, oh, this is absolutely worth it. And the more you think about it in details, the more your mind doesn't know whether you're experiencing this in your head or if this is happening in person, in real life. We gotta remember why we started and remember how this plays out, how it ends with us holding the trophy, us with the girl, us with the house, us with the promotion, whatever it is. Think about it, not just I got the thing, but how I feel, what it smells like, what it sounds like, what the day looks like. Because if you can do that, then as you're now in this process, and you remember why you got started, the reason you want to go, now you remember how it ends, it goes to number 3. Number 3 is, now you just got to take a step. Because see, in this moment on the journey that we happen to find ourselves in at this moment, where we are having to remind ourselves of why we started and what the end looks like, we kind of find ourselves like, maybe not moving like we're supposed to. We kind of paused a little bit in our progress. We're pondering and maybe we're trying to rethink. Maybe we need to go back to the beginning, but you're so far out in the middle of this journey right now that it's too far to go back and you looking like it's too far to keep moving forward. But I'm gonna tell you this, you got started, you might as well end it. You got started, you might as well win. You got uncomfortable, you might as well go ahead and get something for your trouble. Get something for your trouble. Get the thing in your mind that was for your trouble. Let that be the reality in which you live in. Don't go back now. Don't stay right there because that ain't the destination. That's not why you got started. So remember, what we focus on gets stronger. That's it. And we don't want to be looking at something negative or the process to make us uncomfortable enough to have us drown on the journey, but to allow for us to be encouraged that we're moving in the right direction. I want us to do that. I want us to keep that in mind. So the 3 things to bring us back in focus, just to wrap this up before we go. 1, remember why you started. 2, I need you to remember how it ends in all the details. And 3, I need you to take 1 step. I just need you to take 1 step in that direction. Because now that we're reacquainted with everything that began the journey, now we can go ahead and move and get something for get something for your trouble. Yeah, something for your discomfort. Go ahead and just complete the story. Write it out victorious by taking the next step. And here's what I want you to be able to do. Here's what I want you to be able to do. I want you in the comments, click book now and tell me personally. I want you to tell me what's the 1 step that you're going to take now that you've gotten yourself refamiliarized with your why. And now you know exactly how the story ends. Now I want you to tell me what's the 1 step you can do this week that's going to actually get you closer to that victorious picture. That's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to do. Because what you focus on gets stronger. And I want you to get stronger in believing and knowing that what's in here can be the reality in which you live in. I want you to get more comfortable and excited about knowing that you are as good as you believe that you are. It's now for you to finish the picture and get something for your trouble, get something for the journey, get something for the discomfort. So let's go to work and go make it happen. And here's what I want you to do in the process too. As you're getting yourself together, give this to 3 people. Don't be selfish. Don't keep it to yourself. Give it to 3 people. And then keep this in mind. As you're jotting things down, as you're sharing this with people, here's the 1 thing I want you to keep in mind and always remember. Just because you started out on this journey to get better, it doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until next time, I'll see you then.